Alright, so here we are for round 2 on the play. Our hand is great. Would love to keep this. Now, depending on matchup, this land can actually just go for a forest. So we can just lead on Black Cleave in case we want to bolt into Confidant. The only thing that getting a forest will affect us is maybe the Chandra. But that shouldn't be a thing. Alright, so we're just gonna... in case of a Karn, I don't think that's the game we're playing. We might want our land later for the Tarmogoyf. It's a somewhat risky play, but we're going to Fulminator on turn 2 probably, since our opponent's not playing any... hasn't played any turn 1 spell. Let's do tap in for 1. Ooh, a Dismember. There's Urza Tower's Mine. Talisman? Oh, so it's Bluetron. Alright, let's just go get Stomping just to thin. And let's just destroy a land. And here's a small little subtle thing about Tron. You always want to take out the non-towers, because sometimes they'll have to use the lands to try to dig into a land. And you never want the land that they played to be the tower at the end, because sometimes that'll cast an O-Stone or help them cast something. So we will take out the mine. A lot of people target the tower because it's like the most beneficial. Like the most logical is to kill the one that can do the most damage, but it's just counterintuitive with this deck. Alright, so double Talisman. Let's play a Tarmogoyf. If it gets remanted, we'll recast. And we'll just kill one of these right now. And hopefully that contains long enough to kill with the Tarmogoyf. Kolaghan's Command would be amazing. Let's get this going. They're confident, I won't complain about that. We might not be able to finish this game off super early, but that at least lets us draw a bolt. And no point in playing the land. Alright, so here's going to be a value gift. So this is going to be the toughest decision we have all game. Because on our opponent's board, I don't think like they're going to be able to play anything big, especially this next turn. So it depends on if they have something to stabilize. Like there's going to be like maybe a repill in this, maybe another Dismember. This is definitely a tougher decision for our opponent since they're dealing with so much damage. Alright, so that's it. So put into the graveyard. Solemn is rather annoying, but we can give Solemn and Repill. So like Treasure Mage is a blocker that also gets a big thing. And we're trying to race this game before that happens. This also pumps our Goyf, so we have to keep that under concern. Oh, actually it doesn't. Our Goyf right now is just missing sorcery, that's why it's small. So none of this helps. We can give Wormcoil Treasure Mage, but I think most of these lists don't play that many Wormcoil engines, maybe 2 at tops. So I'm fine giving Solemn and Repill and trying to not ever get Wurmcoil engined. Hopefully not playing the land doesn't punish us next turn. We hit like... No, we can't hit double 3-drop and still cast it anyway. I guess we could have hit Kolaghan's Command land. Alright, don't want to lose our Goyf, but I want to present lethal. I guess our Scavengers does present lethal. Not with the Repill anyway. And there is at least 3 creatures that can be gobbled up while still keeping our Tarmogoyf. Ah, no! This is going to be bad. Thirst. Maybe we should have gave Treasure Mage Repill. That Solemn was the least threatening because the deck doesn't run that many Wurmcoil engines, and by putting the Treasure Mage and the Wurmcoil in that pile, I felt like maybe he has 2, but like Platinum Angel, Sundering Titan, and Ugin are all threats. Most of these lists don't run Ugin main though. Alright, so what... Is there anything in the graveyard that our opponent could get back? The Wurmcoil. We definitely want to eat the Wurmcoil. I might as well eat the Solemn. This is for Academy Ruins purposes. I don't know if our opponent would want to put a Solemn on top, but it's usually a decent blocker. But our opponent targeting our Scavenging Ooze is solely because Academy Ruins could have... Alright. I don't know if we're supposed to play that or not, but I'm going to. And this is not going to get much value, so we might as well keep our opponent off as much lands as possible. I guess we should have done that first, right away in the turn, so our opponent didn't have a chance to play a blue spell. Or we would have had more information. Another Gifts of Remand? Sure. Mindslaver? Yeah. Alright, so we're going to eat the Mindslaver. And fetch to get the shocks. I think we're out of shocks. We'll just get the last land. And hope we don't die. So playing the Blood Crypt before saved us 2 life. Ugh. Well, that is not the worst turn for our opponent. Be able to shock, sacrifice whatever creature they want us to lose. Or remand it. Liliana comes down again. Probably either going to discard the Fulminator Mage or sacrifice a Tarmogoyf. Yeah, sacrificing a creature. And shock. Opponent could have shocked Sacked Ooze and hope there's a Tazgir left in her deck. We don't obviously have one, but that is a line that our opponent could have taken. I'm curious what our opponent is thinking about. Guess the 2-life isn't relevant enough. Alright, yeah. Still gonna die. Now, I played Blue Tron at the Pro Tour. I know that there's not many things that our opponent could have done there. Bringing in anything that interacts with them. Blood Moon can help in unique ways. Cards that are unimpressive in this matchup have got to be Lightning Bolts. Chandra seems fine. Chandra can stop a Wurmcoil from getting lethal. The Scavengers are actually really good against the Academy Ruin side of the deck. Tarmogoyfs are great. You still want some removal for their creature base. So I'd cut one Abrupt Decay, keep the Pulse. The Kolaghan's commands are obviously great. Ancient Grudge is obviously great. All the removal is great. Deck's great. Yuki Ichikawa is great. Been hanging out with Todd too much. Says that all the time. Alright. We'll submit that. Not that good of a hand. I think we have to mulligan that. Ugh. I'm going to keep because we have some beaters and some hand disruption. And hopefully draw lands. But going to 5 on the draw isn't that great in this matchup. Mostly because these games do go quite long. We'll go get green, black. And we'll lead off with the Inquisition. Since the Thoughtseizes will be able to take the bigger stuff later in the game. This we just want to get the toughest things to beat. We can just get the Thirst next turn. I'm okay with... I don't want a spell getting Condescended. I'm okay with the Thoughtseize getting hit by that. Alright, so I'm going to take the Condescend. I don't want to get, randomly Spellburst locked in this game. Thoughtseize again. This will probably get Spellburst. Oh, it got Condescended? That's gross. That's real bad for us. Alright. Alright. We'll let Tarmogoyf bite the dust. That's because these two are better later in the game. We have to treat this deck as a control or a combo deck. Remand. Ugh. Now Tron's online. Ruh-roh. we're going to have to bob here, hoping to get the spell burst out of our opponent's hand. But I don't think we can win this game by just we missed too much. Alright, now our opponent's going to be able to play land and hold up Thirst. Yeah. I don't even know if he thirsts right away. I mean, maybe Wormcoil. I guess you do this in case you want to play a Talisman, but let's hope that this isn't too rough. All right, just Fabricate too. All right, so we have to take the Titan and Expedition Map for the big old thingy. For Academy Ruins. All right, so we'll play Tarmogoyf and Fabricate hopefully for a Wormcoil Engine, and then we will Scavenge and use the Sundering Titan. And then have to race a Wormcoil Engine. Oh man, he's just, he knows. That's so gross. That was a top level play, actually. That leaves us just stone dead. But we'll attack first and see if... See if we can get a misclick. I don't know if I'm supposed to play through misclick or not, but we can't beat Sundering Titan once it resolves. GG. Alright, let's go to game 3. So now that we can be a little bit more aggressive, I think we want to be. There's still not much we can do in the matchup. Like, the funny thing is when I was playing this deck, I realized against, like, Junk that the Fulminators were good, but I think with Jund it's a little bit different because we have, like, Blood Moons and more aggressive. We have Kolaghan's Command now. So... it's really funny, but I found like the LD plan doesn't beat this deck, it's the aggression. But we don't really have much in our sideboard to help that cause, except maybe keep Lightning Bolts in, but that seems really loose. So we'll just keep as is. Alright, play first. Don't think this is... If we draw a Black Source right away, this hand's great. But we're not that aggressive. We have like our Chandra that's awkward. I don't know. I don't like it. I'm gonna mulligan. Much better, but not really. Can't even cast all of our spells. We do have a Tech Edge. We'll just play this, but probably not use it on turn 1 anyway. Alright, I think I'm just gonna go get Black-Red, or... yeah. And get this Dark Confidant into play. Hopefully this Dark Confidant generates enough card advantage, but I think we want to play Liliana or Kolaghan's Command next turn. And since Pulse is our only green card, we can wait on that. Alright, since we drew another Kolaghan's command, I think I like making him destroy this and sacrifice. Putting Liliana into play, what that would help is if our opponent played Wurmcoil Engine next turn, we would be able to Edict Pulse both sides, and that's pretty beneficial. But if our opponent this is a tough decision. If our opponent doesn't have any blue and just has natural Tron, we're in a lot of trouble. But Lily could beat Sundering Titan. Lily can beat Sundering Titan and Wurmcoil next turn, and we can try to like play around with Kolaghan's command. So probably playing Lily, but I don't know what we discard. I mean, probably one of the Kolaghan's commands. And we probably lead with just... No, I don't think we want to take more damage. Yeah, we have to start threatening this Liliana. Alright, no Tron. No Tron is good for us. Alright, so... we'll just attack first, see what happens. We're going to play the Bloodstain because we'd rather shock than have extra mana next turn, I think. And no, we'll probably just discard this. And our opponent discarded a Condescend. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense because the counter spells aren't going to be as good since we have so much pressure on the board already. Repealing Liliana. That's fine. We might not want to actually deal with that. Yeah, there's Tron. Beginning combat? I mean, I just have to tech edge here, right? Which is the one that they just played? Power plant? I mean, maybe I'm getting baited here, but I can't allow that to happen. This will get green-red. Or green-black, so at least we have a land. Yeah, this... No, that nothing guarantees us a Sundering Titan land. Just get green-black due to... Would you like to pay 2 life? No. Alright, good that we drew a land. I feel like Liliana's just going to get countered, so I just feel like maybe using the Kolaghan's command this next turn. Alright. Solemn is decent. We'll be able to, I think, Kolaghan's command this and make him discard, and then edict this. Or maybe we can shoot and destroy, and then discard so the Lily goes up, threatening more lethal, and then threatening an edict. Yeah, that's way better. Destroy target artifact, deals 2 damage. Alright, that's not the best. Probably means we should Goyf here because we need to be aggressive. Because we're starting to lose life. Spellstormer would be bad though. Which I used to play 2 in the deck for a while. Alright, that does not get our opponent to Tron mana. Shoot. There's only one card that kills us next turn, so I think we try to double Fulminator here. This is an expensive spell. Alright. Can't pay. I didn't miss a damage, did I? No, I just haven't played a sorcerer yet. Bottom. Yeah, this Blood Moon just didn't do anything. I didn't think it would, but sometimes it can like be a powerful 3-drop in a really tight game where they just want a bunch of Tron pieces. All right, Sundering Titan down. I guess I should have done that. I missed a point, but that one not have won the game anyway. But I still should have done it. Okay, it's Inquisition to see what's up first. Thirst, Aether Spouts? Wow. Aether Spouts, you say? Well, if we attack, we can ooze for enough life to stay alive. Right? 1, 2. Oh, there's only 2. Can we guarantee? No, the platinum will be our third. And we can eat once here and once next turn. So, yeah. And then our board guarantees a win next turn. Oh, and this is the card that we draw anyway. Put on top to guarantee. Discard our Ancient Grudge. Sorry, I'm not being too talkative. I'm just making sure that I just do everything correctly. There's so much going on. And we know we're drawing Goyf, so we don't need to eat anything right now. And I guess we'll just discard for good measure. Eat one of our other guys. Do lethal. Alright. Well, that was a lot of Magic to be played to win a game, but that's Blutron. They have so many powerful effects. You think you're going to win all these matchups, but you don't. And I'm still a little bitter from playing that deck at the Pro Tour and doing so terribly against the matchups that I thought I was supposed to beat. But, I mean, the deck is super powerful when it draws really well, but if you know how to pilot against it and understand what turns it takes, the matchup is winnable. The Blood Moons are bad, but I didn't have anything else. I guess I could have kept Bolts in, but I'd rather have the Miser card if they just keep a bad hand and you see it and it's just Ultron pieces. Sometimes you can just sneak a win. But anyway, I will see you guys for round 3.